All right, we are at attempt number 5. Uh, Part of me doing this was so I could like capture all these moments when I'm playing a game and just kind of, you know, be able to relive that if I ever want to in the future. Like, oh man, I really want to see my reaction when so and so happened. But I have completely messed up. I was not saving any audio in the VODs except for the mic, which is probably the thing that I least like. It's essential, but I least like. Like, I don't want to hear myself talk with absolutely nothing in the background. Especially because I don't talk too much while I'm playing this game, so... Ah, man, it is just embarrassing. Yeah, so for the past 14 hours that I've been playing this game, all gone. The first time I will say it was just because I didn't turn on my VODs, but after that it was just, oh man, it is just so embarrassing. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. We move on, we live and we learn. So I think I should have everything good for this VOD. So going forward, I should be able to record everything, which is one of the main things of being able to stream. But anyways, the game left in between here and here, my 13-hour mark and my 14-30-hour mark, the hour and a half, easily, it was probably maybe like 20 minutes worth of actual game and a whole lot of me zoning out or going on rants or just not being able to take it. But I will say the little story that there was in between these two was just, oh man, I wish I could have kept the recording for that one, because it was painful. I'm not gonna lie, it made me feel some sort of way. It made my stomach kind of churn, and it made me a little, like, I don't know, maybe a little depressed. I'm not gonna lie, but in a good way, you know. And that's the type of feeling that you get when you're really invested into something, right? Like, you really, I guess I must really care about like what's going on in this game and these characters and stuff like that, because man, that was something. But I'm just excited to see what happens next. We went back to the beta world line, and we're just kind of still trying to figure out what happened. On this iteration, we do not have the Amadeus. That project was stopped, so we never had access to it, which is, I'm pretty sure that's what the D-mail was. What I don't understand is how she's making these changes that affect into other world lines, which I guess you can sort of kind of say that Okabe did the same thing when he sent that one D-mail at the beginning of the first game of Kurisu dying, and then that's how he got transported into the Alpha world line in the first place. So it's not unprecedented, but I mean, I just have questions about it. I'm just curious. And why did she do that? Like, consider what we just saw. It kind of proves that the world line still goes on even after Okabe's consciousness goes somewhere else. And she should have seen that as proof when she saw this Okabe return back to her. So regardless of whatever she was gonna do, should have known that the Okabe that was with her right then and there, the one that still blamed himself for not saving Mayuri, is the one that she got stuck with, you know? Unless she also gains like reading Steiner, where she also gets to keep the consciousness when she makes the change, which I highly doubt, because nobody else who sent D-mails in the first game got to keep their consciousness. So really, it was a pretty dumb plan, I'm not gonna lie. And the only one who knows about that at this point now is just this Okabe. So I'm excited to see where they take that. That is kind of interesting. Anyways.
Kagari さん、お茶飲みますか？あ、うん。ありがとう、ルカ君。じゃあ、入れますね。
I think I say this every stream, but because there are no VODs saved, there's no way for you to know someone who is potentially watching this in the future. I am not reading all this out loud. Two main things. I am really bad a reader, so I'm gonna get stuck on these words, and it's just gonna be very embarrassing, and it's not gonna be a good experience for anyone. And B, I am also a decently slow reader, so I just trust that anybody else who wants to follow along will be able to read it way before I do. So yeah, if you don't see me talking through a lot of this, that's why. Sometimes you'll see me follow the text with my mouse, kind of like right now. It's just kind of a way for me to, you know, help me read, help me stay focused. I will say every now and then I'll go A on rants whenever something happens and I just need to talk about it. So that's where Yap City comes along. And B, well, sometimes you'll just hear me say words that I am reading in the screen. Happens a lot with names, just trying to figure out how to pronounce names or how I'm gonna say the name, because sometimes when I found out the pronunciation is wrong, I say screw it and we just keep on moving. And I'm gonna say it how I like it. Or B, just, you know, words that sound funny or phrases that they might say or something like that. So you'll see pretty easily once we get going. But he's a guy. I just realized I don't remember whose POV we're watching. Because we're getting so many of these texts, I'm assuming it's not Okabe. So it's probably Luca. It's probably Luca's POV that we're supposed to be focusing on in here. Focusing on here. But I'm not 100% sure. But I think that's a pretty solid guess. I mean, there's only two characters in this scene, so it has to be one of the two. What kind of question is that? I just realized, is this Luca's room? I kind of want to take a look here. We have a little lamp. Un nopal. We have... not sure exactly what this is. We have a picture, some stuffed animals, a piggy bank, some books. It's a very neat, very organized. I've never had hair long enough to where I need to brush it, but I do have a mirror just like this. So very relatable. And a lamp like that too. Great answer, great answer. That's What the fuck? Freaky ass. Nah, bro. That's foul. It's taking it to an extreme. I'm not gonna lie.
お姉さんとは一緒に入ってなかったの？入ってましたけど、それは小さい頃の話で。ごめんごめん、冗談だよ冗談。ルカ君が可愛いから。そんな。でもそういう反応を見せるってことはやっぱり男の子なんだね。最初からそうだって言ってるじゃないですか。
ご覧のようにこちらのお店では数十種類にも及ぶ食べ物が全部食べ放題なんです。
すごいなあ。今の時代ってすごいよね。私の知ってる未来とは大違い。そうなんですか？未来の世界って知りたい？
Did he say something? No. I hate moments like this where the music just kind of cuts off and it's just you and the text, because I just don't know what's going to happen next. Especially with this fucking game, dude. One moment we're having a party, the next moment we're getting shot. Just never know what's going to happen.
やっぱりやめておきます。その方がいいよ。だって未来はか。うん。ママがね、そう言ってた。きっと帰ってくれる。
Okay.
なんだっけな。シュタインなんとかって。
Steins Gate.
シュタインズゲートですか？そう、それは必ずあるって言いながら、それが何なのか私もよくわからないんだけど。
さて、それでは次の特集です。今、世界で記憶の再生技術に関する研究が進められているのはご存知でしょう。今日はその最先端を走るあるアメリカの大学の特集です。
That's a little weird. I thought the Amadeus thing was not a thing anymore in this timeline.
This こちらはビクトル・コンドリア大学。一見普通のキャンパスに見えるこの大学。しかし、この学内では今、ある大きなプロジェクトが進められています。
ンネル変えましょうか。
待って。
Oh yeah, she said memory restoration. That makes sense, so I should be interested.
かがりさん、
脳の構造、記憶を捏造することはできるかっていう話。
That's interesting.
へえ、すごいですね。僕には難しくて何が何だか。
そう？そんなに難しい話じゃないよ。記憶は脳の中の海馬っていうところが司ってるんだけど、その中に視上界って呼ばれるところがあるのね。そこで行われる神経細胞の生産が既存の神経回路の再編を引き起こすので、この研究チームがマウス実験をしてみたら記憶の捏造が見られたっていう話。ほら、あの奥の部屋、あそこでマウス実験なんかをしてる。
かがりさん、もしかして？だってなんだか詳しそうな口ぶりでしたし。
That's the lab.
この部屋で行われたマウスを使った実験、それによって。
でも今。
わからない、知らないけど、なんでだろう。さっきは知ってるような気がしたの。
We're back to Okabe.
いいか、おめえの頼みを聞いてやるわけじゃねえ。それだけは
感謝します。
おい岡部、おめえら一体何に関わってやがる。
それは。
I mean, I don't know how you convince them without that happening in this timeline. Like, I felt like a really big factor of why he agreed was because that happened in real time. Like, he saw the people and he saw that it wasn't like his people, or maybe it was. Like, I guess, you know, the Rounders don't really know each other, but Nai just happened to be there at the party too, and she was also going to be a target just because she saw what happened. So I don't know how he convinced him this time without all that happening. I guess his persuasion skills just... Why not?
話せねえってか。頼み事するだけして随分と。
すみません。
だが情報ってのは最後の切り札だ。そこでペラペラ喋っちまうようなら、
ありがとうございます。
分かったから、そうやってかしこまんな。どうにもやりにくくてしょうがね
え。Yeah, I guess Okabe being normal is a little weird. Moeka Kiryu.
実はかがりさんの記憶のことで。
かがりの？
とは言ってもこれが。
構わない。気になることがあるなら話してくれ。
はい。ゆうべテレビで記憶の研究についての特集をやっていて、アメリカの大学、それを見ていたかがりさんがまるで
アメリカの大学？
ビクトル・コンドリア。
難しい名前の学校で。
ビクトル・コンドリア大学か？
そうです。その学校です。
Wait a minute. How do we even know Maho in this timeline then?
さすがにそれだけじゃ何とも言えないが。
そうですか。
What the heck was that sound? Oh my god. It's Raul. Oh my god, that caught me so off guard. Dude, Steins Gate is amazing. It is beautiful. It is painful. It makes me feel so many emotions. The first game was easily 9.5 out of 10. Like, no doubt in my mind. This game so far has been pretty good too, but oh man, caught me so off guard there. But yeah, this game has been great too. Following the story from beginning to end, I can easily see this being a 10 out of 10 story, like through and through. I guess only time will tell, but I've been enjoying this so much. It's been like my drug, I'm not gonna lie. It's what I've been playing most of the time recently, probably for like the past week or two. And zero regrets. Started streaming because I had so much good time with the first game, or bad time with the first game. I had so many emotions, so many thoughts about the first game that I wish I could go back to and just kind of see what I was thinking. So I decided to do it with this one. So I actually held off playing this game for like a week while I tried to get everything set up for stream, which was a lot harder than I thought it would be. But we're here now. I didn't mess up and have no VOD saved until just now. I believe this should be the first successful VOD that I can have. And I'll probably just start keeping them in a secret YouTube channel so that I can look back at them just whenever I feel like it. But thank you so much for stopping by. Have you experienced Steins Gate? Like, have you watched the show or have you played the games?
それじゃあ。
ああ、確かめてみる必要はあるな。
改まってお話って何かな。
Watched it? Yeah, I've heard. I mean, that's how I first heard about Steins Gate originally. It was through the anime, like way back, probably around the time it came out, or maybe like a year or two afterwards. I heard a lot of people like talking about it, but I never really got around to watching it. And recently, when I was going on Steam, I saw there was a visual now, and it's like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I wonder if it's based off the game or if it's like a little like side thing, right? And then I did a little research on it, and I realized that the game actually came first, and the anime is inspired on the game. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And outside of the very basic premise that it had something to do with time travel, I was almost completely blind going into it, which I think was the best way of doing it. I have not watched the anime for the first one. I have like watched episodes here and there, just kind of seeing how the anime did some of the scenes that I had interest of in the game. I think the game has been a great way to experience it, going it blind. I don't know how great the experience is if you already know the story, but definitely as somebody who has never heard about the story of it and didn't know what was going on or what it was going to be about, it was a great experience.
話はちょっと待ってくれるか。もう一人呼んであるんだ。
もう一人。 私が所属しているところよ。
それじゃあもしかしたらカガリはヒアジョーさんやクリスと。
あくまでも家庭の話よ。脳科学を研究しているところは一つじゃないし、私のいるところだって陰性だけじゃなく一般の研究者もたくさん出入りして、私だって研究所にいる人間全員と顔を合わせた。ただ同じ日本人となると見かければ記憶には残っているでしょうね。
I'm a little lost, I'm not gonna lie.
ルカ子、他にカガリのことで気になったこと。
カガリさん、時々びっくりするくらい。私だって難しいことくらい知ってるもん。例えばバラとか憂鬱とか。昨日はテレビで記憶の捏造について放送していたんですけど、それもなんだか詳しそうでした。
This is really catching me off guard. This whole thing about the fake memories. I feel like that's such a specific thing to phrase it, like a specific way to phrase it. Especially when we were talking earlier about this disease or brain thingy, Majiga, where people were experiencing kind of like made up or fake memories, I guess is one way you could say it.
記憶の捏造ね。
I just don't know how this all pieces together yet. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how it kind of fits, which I understand that I'm not super deep into the game yet. Like, I'm probably maybe like a third of the way there. Hopefully not. Hopefully it less. Hopefully I'm just like 10% there and I can just keep on going and going and going and going. But anyways, that's just wishful thinking. I feel like I pieced out most of the first game relatively fast as soon as like things were being presented. Minus just how it ended, because that just caught me by surprise. But I feel like I'm a lot more lost in this game, which I shouldn't be.
それがよくわからないの。私話してましたよ。
I'm also still wondering if there's any time traveling involved. That was kind of like the most important thing on the first game, so kind of having it not be present in the second is very weird, especially when there is an actual like full-on time machine that we just haven't used. You see, this is the thing. I don't think she does. Like, I don't think this one does. Or maybe those are just the memories that are missing, but that just makes a lot less sense. Like, a 10-year-old in Japan couldn't have traveled to America in pre-2000s and cemented herself in a prestigious university, and nobody can recognize her or remember her. Especially now that she's here now, like that means that maybe if she did do something, she's missing somewhere else now, and nobody's caused any alarm bells for that, so doesn't make sense to me. So it just has to be a different one. Like, the memories that she has to be memories from a different Kagari from a different timeline. I could also just be like dead wrong. Which honestly, I'm kind of hoping that I am.
がりさん、どうしたんですか？ちょっと痛いんですか？うん、ちょっぴり。
少し横になるか。
大丈夫。
Maybe she just regained a whole bunch of
少
memories.
し話をせかせすぎたかもしれないな。
そうね、負担が大きかったのかもしれないわね。本当に平気？大丈夫です。ありがとう、先輩。
Luca is definitely younger than Kagari, like here and now, so that's a weird way of phrasing it, but I guess she is calling Mayuri mom, so it's not completely out of character.
おい、今。
Oh my god! Okay, I thought it was just a little weird way of speaking, but the game was like, sit down.
カガリ、君今確かに先輩って呼んだよな。ヒアジョーさんのこと。
That very much reminds me of the first game when Luca is just talking about how, or female Luca was talking about how she fell in love with Okabe, and then the male Luca kind of repeated the same thing, and it's like, wait a moment, you remember, right?
嘘、私いいえ、間違いなく言ったわ。漆、はい。
I don't like it. The music just kind of stopped, so. And it's just the third. And bad things tend to happen the next day. No, please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. Oh. Oh man. This game is giving me some sort of PTSD with footsteps and stairs.
お邪魔してます。
おう、魔法タンも来てたん？
その呼び方はやめて。
足りるかな？ひふみ。よかった、大丈夫みたい。
何が大丈夫なんだ？
ほら、この前駅前にできたアトルあるでしょ？あそこに美味しそうなプリン売っててさ、たまにはと思って買ってきたんだけど、人数分あるかなって。
I'm gonna just assume this is like a convenience store, like the equivalent of an Oxxo.
ダル、後にしろ。
何みんな難しい顔して。僕がこんなん買ってくるのそんな珍しい？
Honestly, yeah.
まあ確かにその通りだけど、ちょうどバイトで結構な臨時収入が入ったんだよね。仕事ができる上に気配りと収入を持ち合わせている僕に惚れてもいいの。
Man, dude, I cannot just take him seriously. I hate it. Hate it here.
スプーンが一人分足りない。さては店員のお姉さん、入れ忘れたな。
使ってないスプーンなら、私、マイスプーン持ってるから。
Huh? Wait a minute. Huh? What does this mean? What does it mean? She has her own spoon. No. What? No. What? Such a weird throwaway. I mean, it has to mean something, right? Like, I definitely remember the first game talking about how Kurisu wanted her own fork, I believe, because she already had her own spoon. What does this mean?
使ってないスプーンならかがりさんマイスプーンなんて持ってましたっけ？え？かがりさんが持ってたのってウーパのキーホルダーだけだったような。あれ？そうだよね。
I love how we're both confused,
お
but
か
for
しいな。
completely
なんで
different
私
reasons.
持ってるなんて。
Like both me and the game.
Nah, なあ、ヒアジョさん。向こうで
一人だけよ。先輩とか後輩とかそういう呼び方とか関係は日本独特のものだから。私を先輩と呼んでたのクリスだけ。クリス。
カガリ。
You know, she had a reaction when she saw the Amadeus Kurisu on the phone.
クリス。マキセクリス。マキセクリス。
Really just don't know where this game is taking me. Like, the more I think it's leading me one way, it just adds something in there that just derails my thought process. It doesn't block one thing from happening. It just gives me another option. And I don't know if they're all eventually gonna go to the same place or if they're all just their own paths, their own conclusions. I don't know what to focus on sometimes. I also don't know if this game has a true ending like the first one.
このままにしとくのもなんだか気持ち悪い。何か思い出せそうなんですか?
Because from what I've heard, this kind of has like two very good endings that are both kind of the opposite or like very, very different. I haven't heard anything about a true ending, and then I've heard something about the anime doing like a mishmash, kind of trying to get all these endings into one story that kind of sort of makes sense. Which I am gonna watch the anime for this one once I'm done playing the game.
わかんないから。
言いたい何が何なん?
Right. Maybe she's getting the memories from someone else? That could also make sense as to why she knew like these complicated things.
Kagari, じゃあいくつか質問させてくれ。
So I mean, the only way that I could visualize it is just, you know, like her brain is just half her and then half Kurisu. Maybe not. Maybe the ratio is a lot different. Maybe it's like an 80-20 or something like that. Or even less than that. Maybe like a 90-10. But I do not understand how she could even be in that position in the first place. Like, how could she be receiving somebody else's memories? Like, I guess in the first game, there was a possibility with the time leap machine, you know, sending that to just a different phone number and somebody else receiving it. And we didn't really get an answer as to what would happen if that hypothetical scenario were to happen. So maybe that's what this is. Which I do think it's a pretty cool idea to kind of explore some of the questions from the first game that just did not get answered at all because they were mostly just hypotheticals, right?
Kimi no chichiouya wa doko ni?
パパは死んじゃった。子供の頃に。
それじゃあ栗ご飯と言ったら何を思い浮かべる？
Man, I was trying to remember her username like this whole time and I just could not. I don't know how this man remembers it, but sure, go for it.
栗ご飯？何なの？
答えてくれ。
栗ご飯。カメハメハ。
Not quite, but
の発展次第ではできなくもないじゃない。
どうしてそう思う？
どうして？それは
じゃあ質問を変えよう。その
わかんないけど、ただなんとなく知ってたような。
You see, this time it didn't catch me off guard. Hey Nox, thank you for the follow. Had you seen me earlier when Raul followed, I was a little scared. I didn't know what the sound was. Get the band hammer. Oops, 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 oops. Has she been in Victor Condria? Sometimes in the past, and my cuties are there. See, that just... No. This is some next level type of copium, I'm not gonna lie. I get it, I understand why he's going through all this, but that is just copium. Come on, man. It's kind of like how in the first game he just could not wrap himself around the idea of things change because they sent D-mail, even though they started doing that like 4 times.
なあヒアジョーさん、アマデウスは凍結されたと言っていたが。
Oh yeah, I'm very curious about this.
アップロードされていたクリスの記憶データってまだ存在するのか？
ええ、多分。
それってどれだけの？
ごく限られた人間だけよ。どこにも。私アレスキネン教授、他に助手が何人か。そして
ちなみにその記憶データを人間の
I do not know where he's going with this.
一体何を？
マイスプーンを持ち歩いていたのはクリスなんだ。大学でヒアジョーさんのことを先輩って呼んでいたのも、栗ご飯とカメハメハはクリスがアットチャンネルで使っていた小手半だ。クリスならビクトル・コンドリア大学の研究室のこともマウス実験のことも知ってる。11のタイムマシン理論についても知ってる。
オカリンさん、何が言いたいの？
俺の思い、かがり。もしかしたら君の頭の中にはマキセ・クリスの記憶が移植され。
かがりの頭の中に
I don't like it. It's
マキセ・クリ
nighttime.
スの記憶が入ってる。
All the worst things in this game always happen during the nighttime.
それってかがりが二重人格ってこと？
いや、そうじゃない。二重人格っていうのは正確には乖離性同一性障害といって、誰かの中に別の人格ができることだ。言うなれば、今の自分に対する不満や不安から自らの中に別の人格を作ってしまうようなものだな。でもかがりの場合は違う。かがりの中にあるのは人格じゃない。文字通りマキセ・クリスの記憶だけだ。クリスの記憶だけが彼女の頭の中に混在していると考えられる。
なるほど。2036年の技術ではそれは決して不可能な話。
じゃあ2036年からのタイムトラベラーであるかがりなら、
Wait, what? Is it possible that Kurisa's memories are mixed in with her own? Kagari's memories weren't overridden, she still had them, so they had mixed together. I see with 2036 technology that's certainly possible.
可能性はあるということか。
でもさ、かがりたんは10歳より前の記憶はあるわけっしょ。他人の記憶をぶち込まれるなんてことされたら、その時のこと覚えてるはずじゃね。
I must say no. Like, at least if it works how it worked in the first game, like, it could be something as subtle as just, you know, picking up the phone.
あの子は幼い頃、たまに神様の声が聞こえるって言っていたような気がする。
The voice of God, that's
幻聴か。
synchronicity.
それがクリスの記憶からにじみ出てきたものっていうのは考えられる。
うん。ただ未来はこの時代ほどのどかじゃなかった。物資も人も足りてなかったんだ。記憶を移植するなんていう技術は実用化されているとしても軍の機密扱いだよ。一般人の、しかも子供に使ったとは。
かがりは繊細孤児だった。 PTSD を治療するために。
だからって他人の記憶を移植するのはさすがに変だ。
だな。となると、記憶のない時期、1998年以降にその移植が行われた可能性。
2036年なら可能でもさ、
クリスなら可能だろ
う。マキセ・クリスがかがりに自分の記憶を移植したって。
Is that what she did when we last saw her?
みたいなことをする人だったの？
That is very true.
そうだよな。突飛な発想すぎるよな。でもクリスしか知り得ないことを。
例えば幽霊になったマキセ氏の魂がかがりたんに乗り移った的なことだったりして。
Honestly, if you would have just told me that at first, I would have been like, fuck it. I sure, we'll roll with that. I'll believe it. She's just possessed by the ghost. Honestly, that's kind of funny to think about.
ヒヤジョーさんの前ででも披露してみろ。全力で論破されるぞ。
ヒヤジョ。
ですよね。
Well, it's been about an hour. Probably saved.
So そういえばダル、ユキさんはどうしてる？
天音氏なら毎日バイト忙しいみたいだよ。
彼女は何のバイトを？
ケーキ屋さんって聞いてる。美味しいから一度食べに来てって言われた。
そうそう、 でもちょっと遠いんだよね。
だからこそ言ったら喜ばれるんじゃないか。しっかりしてよ、父さん。
あ、はい、させん。
No way we had to use tips for my bad. Often used as a part of a phrases. Lol, 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 my bad. While theoretically an apology, it's more often used to provoke or annoy someone.
つうかオカリン、なんでいきなりそんなこと聞くん？
いや、ちょっと気になってな。
Could it have been her? Yes, it's definitely a possibility. And it would be a pretty crazy coincidence if they just both happened to have injured arms around the same time. But I refuse to believe it. Maybe I'm just coping. But she can't be bad, right?
Moshi, もし彼女の
ん？
母さんがどうかしたの？
いや、なんでもない。
You know, for a guy who like loves to yap, like the guy who really gives away all the plans, all the sauce, I'm surprised he just hasn't straight up said it. Like, oh yeah, I'm suspicious. Or, you know, I think it might be her. Or anything really. At the end of the chapter? Nope.
それじゃあ始めるわよ。いい？
What are we doing here? You know, my biggest mystery with this game that I still don't understand is how we advance phones like this much and 6 in-game months. It doesn't make sense to me. We went from like very, very flip phones to like these phones that just quite honestly look very modern. Like, give me a phone like this today, I would have been like, oh shit, looks about right. In just 6 months, and everybody, I guess, upgraded at the same time. Like, nobody kept the flip phone. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, which is why I don't fuss about it too often, but I think this is weird. Like a weird style choice. Like, that's what I liked about Yakuza 0, how like we had to go around with pagers and codes and kind of seeing like the first cell phone and having to use a payphone to save and things like that. I mean, it was just, it made sense within the time period that it was placed on. Versus this, I mean, I don't know, maybe flip phones, I mean, touchscreens were looking like this in the 2010. I can't remember that, but then again, I probably wasn't paying too much attention at phones at that age, so. But this just doesn't look in place. So, oops.
これがどこだかわかる？どこの？ビクトル・コンドリア大学の。
Victor Condria University.
この手前に歩いてる人、彼の名前は？
Oh, hey NASA. You're A-okay. Actually, that's probably best possible scenario. Just observe me in a natural habitat.
トニー・ブラウン、あだ名は JB。興奮すると
Justin
独特
Bieber
のステップを踏むから。じゃあこっちの彼女は？わかんない。
どうだ？
彼女も私たち研究者の間ではかなり有名な子よ。クリスだって当然知ってるはずだわ。
Yeah, you'll find out that if you just lurk around, you'll probably see me talk a lot more than when I'm in an actual group call. So this might be a little bit different from my normal.
仮にカガリがクリスの記憶を持っているとしても、完全に全てを思い出せているわけじゃないみたいだ。記憶として呼び起こされるものと、そうじゃないものがあるんじゃないのか。
だからってこの程度じゃまだクリスの記憶だと断言はできないわ。彼らのことくらい調べれば誰だってわかることだもん。
Yeah, definitely not a bad thing. I'm just honestly pretty shy when it comes to getting a response back. So I just feel like this helps me yap and not have an expectation of waiting for a response or
かがりさん、
keeping it
もう少し突っ込んだ質問をして。
or having to talk in a way where I have to get other people involved. I'm just able to yap away and just kind of put my thoughts out there, which is the main reason why I decided to give streaming a try, mainly because I could save the VODs and kind of see my thoughts on games as I was experiencing them.
去年の冬、私とクリスで。
ヒアジョーさんとクリスが？
意外？私たちだってたまには息抜きをする。普段は研究ばかりだけど。研究でちょっと詰まってた私をあの子が連れ出してくれたのよ。たまたまチケットが2枚あるからって。その時に見た映画のタイトルわかるかしら？ボブ・ワイナー監督の彼と彼女。
I'm so glad that she said the name before I said it, because that was Weiner was definitely not how I would have pronounced it.
それって最近の映画か
？20年前の作品、そのリバイバル上映だったのよ。でもそれも誰か目撃していた人がいればわかることよ。
だが
I just don't know how much more proof do they need to establish that she's
予想できなかったはずだ。
getting the other person's memories. Like,
カガリがそのために細かい情報まで全て暗記した
I
とで
don't
も。
think we needed to do a whole nother day of testing just to figure that out.
私だってそのくらいのこと分かってるわ。
これぐらいにしよう。カガリがきつそうだ。
待って、最後にもう一つだけ。
I swear to jeez.
どうぞ。
Dude, if she's gonna ask her about this stupid password to the stupid laptop, I'm Golly.
子供の頃、あなたが一番大切にしていたものは子供の頃、それはアメリカに移住してからも
Okay, okay,
ずっと部屋に置いてあった。
okay. Definitely got ahead of myself there.
イルカのぬいぐるみ。水族館に行った時、パパが
Stuffed dolphin. I had stuffed animals when I was a kid. I think my first one was like a giraffe.
昨日クリスのお母さんが電話で教えてくれたわ。このことを知ってるのはクリスとご両親だけ。
それじゃあ
悔しいけど、あなたの仮説。
そうか。
You can't rule it out. Whoa, dude. Like, what do you need to... Oh my god. These scientists. I am not a man of the scientific method.
私どうなっちゃうのかな。
I feel like in a situation like this, there's maybe more important things that you have to figure out versus trying to make it as did I say it? I think I'm okay with leaving things at 90% and moving on to the next one than trying to reduce the margin of error to like a 99.9. Like, I feel like if we get to a point where it's good enough and it looks pretty well established, it's fine. Let's explore what else is going on here.
Kagari さん、付き合わせて悪かったわね。ゆっくり休んで。
帰るのか。
ええ。自分なりに。それじゃあまた。
I still don't not believe that she's giving up on this laptop. Just saying. No, I feel that. I feel that. All right, Maho's POV. Maho Hiyajo. I still don't got a good grasp on that. I mean, I feel like I'm saying it right. I feel like I'm pausing in a very awkward time. Stared at her computer, monitoring her days. The rest of the world was still feeling the afterglow of the New Year's excitement. Last time she'd come to Japan, it was still in the heat of the summer.
Senpai 先輩のその研究、うまくいけば革命的な成果が得られると思います。私に何かできることがあれば手伝いますから、言ってくださいね。
That is... I mean, she was attacked by a robber. And she was killed, so... Technically not a lie? I should come back to lab in right now. Honestly, one of the things that this game kind of makes me think about retroactively is how Kurisu just kind of gaslit us in the first game. Like, she already had this whole getting your memories and being able to upload them somewhere. Like, she already had that dead to right. Like, she had already tried it, she had already tested it, she had already done it. And she made it seem like she was just doing it then and there in the first game. Like, oh yeah, this is the first time I'm trying it. In reality, she's just been studying it for the last who knows however long, and, you know, had practice with it and had a pretty good trial run with it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I've been saying all game that I just like this guy. Like, he has a really good vibe going on, but it's starting to get suspiciously good, you know?
そういう教授こそわざわざ休みの日に出てきてるじゃないですか。
Like, please don't be evil. Please.
"私の場合、休みといっても特にすることもないからね。ホテルにこもっていても息が詰まるだけだし、それならここに来て仕事をしていた方がいい。
Is he speaking Japanese, or do we have the translator on? And do we just have it on the whole time that we're in the office, or I just happen to have it on and he just happened to come? Doesn't really make sense to me, but I mean, I'm just assuming it works kind of like Blue Lock, where it's auto-translating for, you know, the sake of the player in this case. But I don't know.
だったら私も似たようなものです。
I mean, I have to assume that's what it is. But I would just assume that when they're by themselves, they would probably just speak to each other in English. I mean, I guess they just... I don't know. They didn't want to try someone to be the voice in English for just these scenes. Plus, tomato, tomato, does it even matter? I mean, I have to read what they're saying anyway, so... Ooh, he has a date.
あんまりしつこいとセクハラで訴えますよ。
おっと、それだけは 勘弁してくれ。
America, the land of the lawsuit. Honestly, that is a little fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, imagine trying to set up two people together whose only common link is that they both were friends with somebody who died, and that's how they met. Like, that's a weird thing to do. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just feels out of place, out of pocket.
それじゃあお詫びというわけじゃないですが、一つ
訴訟されない。
じゃあ聞きますけど、
And they get
ア
me
マ
out
デ
of
ウス
court.
は今どうなっているんですか？
どうも何も。今のところ進められる目処が立っている。
それは分かってます。私が聞きたいのはアマデウスの
研究室のサーバーに保管されている。
誰かがアクセスしたり持ち出したりは？
魔法、君がなぜそんな疑問？エムデウスへのアクセス権はごく限られた一部の人間にしかないし、不正にアクセス
Oh yeah, I just remember they actually
起こっては
took it
ないはずだ。
before the whole timeline shenanigans.
今まで私のところにそのような報告はもたら。
私やクリスの記憶データも？
もちろん。
それじゃあ他に私が知らない人工知能のプロジェクトが動いているなんてこともありませんか？
あるわけがない。我々の研究チームには魔法、私たちはクリスという才能を失う。それは大いなる損失だったが、彼女のいなくなった
The glazing is impeccable here.
君だけだと。
If I didn't know any better, it feels like he's butting her up.
君の知らないところで新たな
But
プ
like,
ロジェクト
not in a good way. Like in the,
はずがないだろう。
I see your
二人ともいたのね。
Why is everybody here? I am getting a little paranoid, I'm not gonna lie. This game just puts me on edge sometimes. Like, actually paranoid.
まったく、せっかくのホリデーだというのに、物好きね。
レイエス教授こそ。
私はホテルにいてもやることなんてないから。なになに？なんな？
なんでもないです。
And we're back to the man himself. This is the 6th. I can't remember what day it was before. I think it was the 4th. 3rd, yeah, I think 4th sounds about right. So we just skipped the whole day.
ごめんなさい。オカリンさんにはいろいろ迷惑。
別に迷惑だなんて思ってない。それに俺なんかよりもルカ子やマユリの方がいろいろと気を配ってくれてるはずだ。
I'll probably go for another 30 minutes or the end of the chapter, whichever one happens first. Just because I do kind of want to kick butt a little bit later.
Mayushi こそ何の役にも立ってあげられなくてごめんね。そんなことないよ。ルカ君はすごくよくしてくれてるし、ママはいてくれるだけで嬉しいし。
When you're being called mommy unironically. I don't know. Just something about how just kind of moved the two sprites. It's not quite a hug. Like I feel like you could have probably drawn up a hug. Just saying. This just feels a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. Wax her in the head. Okay, that's probably not gonna happen. Like I said, the paranoia. Oh no, the music stopped.
それで、かがり。
調子か。
よくわからないとは？
ふとした瞬間に思い出すことがあるんだけど、それが自分のものなのかクリスさんのものなのか、難しい数式とか実験とか理解はできてないんだけど知ってるみたいな。この前もね、パパのことを思い出したの。子供の頃パパに褒められた時の記憶。それを思い出してなんだかすごく嬉しかったんだけどね。でも私赤ちゃんの頃に両親死んじゃったし、それからだけど自分が経験したことじゃないのに褒められて嬉しいっていう感情は。
Oh, that's probably definitely Kurisu's memory. She did have like a weird relationship with her dad.
そう考えてると頭の中がごちゃってなっちゃって。
I mean, biologically not. Probably not. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, if she got picked up at a very young age, I could see how she kind of learned her mannerisms from her adopted mom. So that makes sense.
そのクリスの記憶はよく出てくるのか？
うん。前に比べ。
そう。
ねえ、おかり。かがりちゃん、どうなっちゃうのかな？
本来ならちゃんとした専門機関で検査してもらうのが一番いいんだろうが。
あんまり検査はしたくないな。子供の頃もね、
そうなのか？
うん。PTSD を治すためだって言って。
Okay, so those are her memories. I mean, having them side by side, they're not like that similar. Especially with this being kind of like the sprite of this game. Like, it's not a sprite taken from the first game. If you had told me, oh yeah, the first game her eyes are actually blue, but they just kind of stylistically made them this color, like kind of like a clear, I'd be like, oh shit. And I think the anime actually gives her like red hair instead of brown hair, which is a lot more similar to her. So I don't know. Probably doesn't have anything to do with this. I mean, I mean, it does. It has to, because it's been brought up a couple times, but I mean, my best guess, I have insufficient information to make an educated guess, so I'd rather just not. But if I had to, I would put marbles that she is just Okabe and Kurisu's daughter. I just don't know how that would happen.
Ah, まひるちゃん、
時間。
あ、本当だ。これから学校で進路についての説明会があるんだ。
すみません。
謝るなって。心配しなくていい。
ありがとうございます。
それじゃあ、かがりちゃん。うん、ママ、また明日。
Not gonna raise the death flags, but come on, you can't say stuff like that. All right, some more light-hearted music. That's a good sign.
どうした？
ね、改めて考えると、こうしてオカリンさんと
不思議？
だって私にとってのオカリンさんは
お話の中。
A bit of a urban legend.
ママから聞くお話の中の人。
2025, which is also like this year in real life. And I've said it a couple of times, but I just think it's a little funny that I happened to play this game in the year of 2025. Maybe it was fate.
Mama はね、いっつもオカリンさんの話をしてたよ。オカリンがママを助けてくれた。オカリンがママの彦星様なんだよって。
あいつ、未来になってもそんなこと言っているのか。
だからね、私もずーっと気になってたんだ。ママがそんなに大切に思ってるオカリンさんってどんな人なんだろうって。みんなが話題にする岡部倫太郎っていう人がどんな人なんだろうって。もしかしたらちょっと
からかうのはよ。
オカリンさんたら照れちゃってる。ね、でもそういう意味ではマキセ・クリスって人もそうかな。
クリスが？
マキセ・クリスっていう人の名前もママやダロずっと昔に亡くなっちゃったのに、そんなに影響のある人って
その前よりは
オカリンさんの大切な人だって。
Wait, what? I completely zoned out there. A Canadian person. Canadian save. No, Canadian smartness. Dude, I really did not. What was I doing? Okay, stories. Yep, Uncle. This is probably the last thing I remember reading. This one, or this one actually, because that's when I went on the whole rant about 2025. I was no longer alive. Mom talked about you. Okarin saved your mommy. Okarin is mommy's. Did we get a word for that? Did we get a tips for that? Still talks like this in the future. Huh? Excuse me? Like, huh? I thought they never met her in this world line. Like, she died. She literally died before they could meet her, so... Huh?
そうだ。今から買い物に行くんだが、よかったら一緒に来ないか。
I guess Mayuri is pretty insightful.
ああ、まだこの辺りのことをよく知らないだろ。
いいの？
もちろんだ。
実はね、いろいろ欲しいものもあったんだ。
欲しいもの？
うん。日用品と。
ルカ子が用意してくれてるんじゃないのか？
そうだけど、でもほら、ルカ子の
男
の子でしょ？だからいろいろ頼んじゃうのも悪いなって。
Oh yeah, he's a guy. My bad. Yeah, that was on me. But he's a guy.
未来の秋葉原はどんなところなんだ？
一言で言うと、そうだな。瓦礫の山かな。まあ、秋葉原に限ったことじゃないんだけどね。
Technically true, but not. How do I say this? Like, it's not his fault that it started. I don't even know how to describe that. Like, is it worth putting blame or taking blame for something like that? Like, technically, yes. The war happens because Okabe didn't want to go back and change the past. But on the other hand, like, it shouldn't be his responsibility to do that. Like, that's just how the timeline plays out. That's just how fate wanted it to happen. Like, can he really blame himself for not changing it? Like in a way, I can sort of see what he sees. Like, having the power to change it, is it not his responsibility to do so? But this is like the fate of the world, you know? And I don't think a single person can really be like, we can't point fingers to a single person and be like, yep, that's the one who had to change it. There is an Okabe that did reach Steins Gate, but that doesn't mean that you get saved. That means a version of you didn't have to go through that. But you're fucked. Like, you're staying in this World War III post-apocalyptic timeline. There is no saving you. They're saving a version of you. At least that's how I feel, or what I understand from the little snippet that we caught earlier in the game. Which, if I think about it like that, it's gonna make this game like a lot more depressing. Because it's gonna make me feel like no matter what we do, like even if we reach a very good conclusion, it's not gonna matter for these characters that I'm spending time with. Unless they manage to do something else.
わあ、ごめんなさい。 つもりとかじゃなかったんだけど。
あ、いや、俺の方こそすまない。
ストップストップ。今日はそういうのはなし。せっかく外に出たんだから、もっと楽しい話しよう。
Hey, she's not wrong. Look, yeah, this is your day.
ね、そうだな。せっかくだからママの若い頃の話を聞きたいな。
I don't remember hearing this song before. I don't know if it's new, or maybe it gets used so little that, you know, so few and far between that I never noticed it before. Or maybe they use this one all the time and I'm just fucking stupid and don't realize it. But like, I feel like with a lot of the other tracks, as soon as I hear something, like, I'll get a feeling, you know, relaxation or tension or whatever it's trying to portray. But with this one, it's just like there's no immediate emotion that I feel from hearing it. So like, in my head, I could just say that I don't have an emotion to attach it to yet. Which kind of makes me believe that this is the first time I'm hearing it, but like I said, I could be wrong, but it could just be not played that often.
マユリの？
若いって言っても、でももっと若い頃の話。
マユリはそんなことまで君に話しているのか。
うん。私ね、オカリンさんの話をする時のママの顔が
That is so sweet.
大好きなの。
Like, man, talking about someone and then your face glowing, like, fuck. That is a pretty feeling.
大切な宝箱をそーっと開けるみたいな、そんな顔っていうのかな。その顔とその時の声と、それを思い出すだけですっごくあったかい気持ちになれるんだ。
別に大好きなおばあさんが亡くなってずっと悲しんでたあいつが、それで口から出た痛々しいセリフだ。
お前は俺の人質だって。
I think that was very... I like that. I like that. Playing the first game where it's exclusively just Okabe's point of view and getting to hear like, or getting to read like all of his thoughts as they are happening. And a lot of it was the BS with your Hoinkyoma. But, and this is what I like so much about playing the game versus the few episodes that I watched in the anime, is just getting to see those thoughts as they were happening, because sometimes he thinks a lot before like taking actions. Like that scene where he goes to get Moeka's phone and he's like wrestling her. In the game, there was just so much fucking text, dude. Like there was so much happening. I felt like it took forever. But when I was watching the episode, it just, you know, things were happening, but I knew why, but the game, I mean, the anime wasn't telling me why, right? Like, I feel like it didn't give me that insight. And the way he's experiencing how he was thinking when he was remembering this event, and it was such a like nice like personal moment with the character that had like a lot of text and a lot of thoughts, and seeing how he's telling it to somebody else, which is, I mean, absolutely what happened, but not what was going through his head. It feels very organic in a way. Like, it feels like that's how somebody would say something. Like, you think about things a lot. And maybe you process things in your head like over and over and over again. But when you say it in a way that doesn't make it sound like that. It was just nice to see. And the way he said it, I mean, it still made sense, and I think it's still a little touching, but he's blushing.
若かったんだ。若さゆえの過ち
The
というやつ
folly of youth.
それでもその言葉はママを救ってくれたんだよね。
どうだろうな。
オカリンさん？
そんなことより腹が減らないか？何？
あ、うん。
何か食べたいものあるか？
私は何でもいいかな。
Please don't say fried chicken, bro.
そういうのが一番困るんだ。
だってこの時代の食べ物。
未来じゃ何を食べてたんだ？
お芋とかそういうの。あ、でもママが毎日違う。
まゆりが？
うん。
まゆりの料理は？
うん。
そうか。
A human animal is capable of growth.
だから私は何でもいいよ。
Damn, so we didn't get some juicy chicken number 1. Anyways, I think that's a good stopping point. I feel like this is probably gonna derail into something else, especially seeing Ferris on screen. But alright, a little bit of progress. I hate playing this game during the week. It's just like, if I don't restrain myself, I'll just play this into the wee hours of the night and just sacrifice my next day. And that's just not very productive. I like the weekends because I really get to play the game. It just, I don't really foresee this taking longer than this upcoming week, especially if I play this weekend. Like, if I play this weekend, I'm pretty sure it'll be done maybe by the end of Sunday. If not, I mean, I don't think I get to make it to another weekend, being completely honest. Unless I like really try to like go out with my friends this weekend or something where I'm not by my computer, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Let me just focus on the here and now and enjoy the game and hope that there's much more game to come. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna call it.